Look, the corporate media is complicit in all of this.
Yeah.
Corporate media, they know what's going on. They've known what's going on, but this is their guy. They thought they could make it through one more cycle. If we can just get him through one more cycle, he's going to give us all the stuff that he's giving them. As you know, we've done stories on that. But as corporate media, there's no way that they can stand back and say, well, we didn't know it. Yeah, he's been their water boy. He's been their fanboy for at least a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. They knew it. The staff knew it. Obama knew it. Hillary knew it. And instead of telling us, they create this elaborate lie, this remarkable, elaborate lie that they repeat again and again to where there's nothing serious. Don't pay it. There's nothing to look at here. What you're seeing with your eyes, it ain't real. You're making that up. It's all fake. And this elaborate lie during a time when this man is in a very serious mental decline, where they understand it's like the New York Times. The New York Times said, for the good of the country. Now, that's really it, isn't it? For the good of the country, step down, rather than taking this selfish risk that you're putting out there by saying, look, I can do this again. You know, I can do it again. He doesn't seem to understand the imminent risk that he poses every time he gets on stage and does that, every time he falls down, every time he bumps into a wall, every time we start singing this mumbling gibberish. We're not the only people singing it. But the corporate media and the Obamas and Hillary Clinton and all of the Democratic Washington elite said, don't believe what you're seeing. It's not real. It's almost like a line out of the Animal Farm. You know, it's where the pigs were telling the sheep, don't believe what you're seeing. Yeah. And they're saying, well, what the hell happened to the other sheep? Well, don't believe what you're seeing. That's the problem here, isn't it?
It really is. And look, we also have all of these people that at one point were firmly behind Biden. James Carville, yeah. Paul Begala, both of them coming out in the last few days here telling us, oh God, there's a problem. Get him off the ticket.
Oh, Begala even said that?
Begala, I saw it this morning. Begala did come out too.
It, and every time Carville says it, all the snowflakes go friggin' crazy. How dare he say that? Everybody's been saying it. Jon Stewart, Bill Maher, name it. Cenk with TYT, they've been saying this for a long time.
But Carville, a month ago, we were talking about how Carville said, hey, young people, if you don't vote for Biden, you're idiots, basically. And now he says, oh no, nobody needs to vote for this guy. Well, we need a different person.
Excuse me, okay, I get that. But Farron, doesn't it just really burn you up that it's not like Carville didn't have any indication of this?
Oh, yeah.
Carville is on the inner circle there, man. Just like the media is part of the inner circle. They've known this, and they've been willing to sacrifice and risk the safety of this country so they could have their guy. It's like a team baseball. Oh, we want the guy with, our guy. We don't want the guy in the red hat. We want the guy in the blue hat because he's on our team. But you know what? It was almost crazy to watch. I mean, the Hollywood, Rob Reiner, comes out and is talking like he's demented. I mean, obviously, if you listen to Rob Reiner, his reaction to all this, it's almost like he's a demented, crazy man. Jane Fonda, oh, I cried all night because of it. Jeffrey Katzenberg, you almost expected him to say, where are my 7 dwarfs? Where are my Disney 7 dwarfs so we can get this guy the hell off the stage? It's disgusting because they've all known it. And every time we talked about it, it was, oh my God, how dare you say that about our president? But the truth is, we're in the middle of it now.
Yeah.
I mean, where does it go from here? How do you, first of all, I don't see a recovery, okay?
Right.
They can put him in front of a teleprompter. He can read like a child when he's having a good day sometime before 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But at the end of the day, he has to answer questions, man. Journalists have to ask him questions, and he's got to be able to deal with that off of the teleprompter.
Yeah, and I don't know that he can fully recover from this. I mean, look, he was already, the day before the debate, the latest polls came out, showed that they had shifted again. Trump was ahead by 1 point in those polls. He had gotten tons of great polling news after Trump's convictions. So you're facing a convicted felon at that point, And even before you melted down on that debate stage, you started losing to him again. The polls have now shifted. He's now losing by 3 points in those same polls to Donald Trump. Again, a convicted felon who also is not mentally all there.
Exactly. How do you even, but the Democrats understand that. The Democrats, all they got to do is put up a real candidate. They're saying, well, maybe Kamala Harris. Really? Kamala Harris is going to fix this? This guy, Trump,
she's
should
complicit
not,
in it.
Yeah. Oh, she's
So you
absolutely
can't
complicit. She's
put
with him
her
every
up now,
afternoon. Yeah, they're in those offices talking, and he's freezing up after 4 o'clock there too. But he's going to be Trump is going to be the next president, and it's wholly because of what happened with that inner circle. The Obamas, Hillary Clinton, the corporate media, donors that should have known better, staff that should have known better, all of the talking heads that clearly knew better and defended him anyway because he was a damn Democrat. And they can't think anything except Democrats.
That it had helped dirty money flow through its branches around the world, including at least 800...
Plaintiffs allege that the defendants provided money and medical goods to terrorist groups Hezbollah and Jaish al-Mahdi.
This is a well-organized business for these individuals that carry out these attacks. Terrorism is a business, and they run it like a business.
They knew about what was going on for a decade. They absolutely, no question about it, knew that HSBC was washing money. They had every reason to understand it was for terrorism and it was for drug cartels. Took no action whatsoever.
These banks are involved. Their accounts are connected, and they're using them to mask the transactions. The more complicated they can make the transactions, the more distance they can put between the bad guys and the seemingly legitimate purpose of these funds.
They pay $1.9 billion, which is a drop in the bucket compared to what they've made, and nobody goes to prison. These CEOs, these bankers that made this decision, they're safe at home. They know what they've done. It's resulted in the death of Americans, contractors and soldiers, not just hundreds, but thousands. And we look the other way because they don't look like criminals. The die is cast. The people that are responsible are on Wall Street.
And they don't look like criminals. It's almost a suspension of disbelief. Sometimes I'll have people call me and say, is this real? Do they really get away with this? Yeah, they do.